Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Kay here and I'm here today to share some faux specimen cards. Well, that's what I'm calling them because although the real thing is very much on trend at the moment, they are a lot of work, and if you have issues with your hands, issue with dexterity, they're actually quite fussy to put together. ARTYMAZE made these papers in her shop on Etsy, and there are butterflies and flowers and lots of other different things. And what you would do is print this out, fold it in half, glue it together round the corners, and you would have another style of the specimen card. Or people also chose to cut out the central island with the flowers in it, then fussy cut around them, and then put acetate in the two open areas, and then reapply the flowers on top of one another, so it still looked as though it was the same thing on either side. And as I say, if you have arthritis in your hands or dexterity issues because your hands are a little bit stiff or weak, that is an awful lot of work to get together and get done. So I'll show you what I've been working on. These are what I'm calling, as I say, faux specimen cards. They're ideal for journals as always, card toppers if that's what you wanted to do. I've got two of these large ones here, and I've just used the craft paper, put a little backing on the back, used what was cut out of here, stamped upon it, and then you've got an area on the back here where you can write if you would like to. So this is the 3 one. And the acetate is in situ on the front, not on all of these. It's the central one here, as I'm sure you can see. The 2 bottom ones are plain, but the 3 here are all the acetate. If I get the light to shine on them, you can see it. And again, on the back it's lined, and then there's this little stamped bird and the little tag on the back. But it is only one-sided. In the original specimen cards and so on, this would be the same either side, and you would have a clear window to see right through it. But this is so much easier to do, and being me, I did a little bit of batch cooking, as you'd appreciate, because it's what I do anyway. So I brought it down to a 2-pocket one, using the same images from ARTYMAZE in the centre, and then some scrap designer paper that I had in my stash just to decorate the backs. I put these again on the back, the little bird stamps, and just decorated it so it wasn't plain. And then I thought, well, I'm going to do the single as well, so I went on to make these lovely little small ones in the same vein. Again, lovely pocket fillers, lovely card toppers. You can write on the back if you'd like to, or just, you know, make some notes on the back if you wanted to, or just give them out as little gifts in friend mail and that kind of thing. And again, they are only decorated on one side, but I think they are really very, very effective and do the overall concept of the specimen card justice. So I wanted to share them with you. And what makes this easier is this die from Sue Wilson, and I purchased this die from Joanna Sheen's online store in the UK. I think it's www.joannasheen, and at the time, because these were quite new in, there was a nice little discount on them for early bird buyers. But I just looked at it and thought, it's oval, it doesn't matter. It's decorated around the edge of the aperture. Well, that really doesn't matter either, because it just adds that little bit of decoration to the sample cards. You could use it on the front of a card and put Christmas images below it or something of that nature, and make some really, really gorgeous cards with the die. But primarily, I thought, the minute I saw it, I thought of these specimen cards. It's Creative Expressions, that's the company. And then there's lots of details about Sue Wilson's blog and all that kind of thing. But as I say, the company I brought it from is from Joanna Sheen, and you'll see it's the Slimline collection. There are round apertures, there are scalloped round apertures, you know, there are several choices to choose from. But I really thought, for the purpose that I wanted it for, and I will go on and use it for other things obviously, it was just so ideal. And all you need is a piece of card. Now this is just under 3 inches in width for the large one, and 7 inches in length, and you double the width, so the 3 inches becomes 6 inches, so you can score down the middle and then fold it over and glue it down, which then allows you to put it through your cutting machine to get the 3 apertures on the card. The width on all of them is identical, because clearly that's the width of the die. And then for the 2 spot, all I did was cut out my the size of the card and cut it shorter. So this one is actually 4 3/4 by the 3 inch width. Folded it, scored it, so you've got a 6 inch by 4 if you're being pedantic about it, and then cut the 2 areas for display by keeping it open before it's glued together clearly. And then for the little one, I've rearranged the oval and had it in the portrait style. And this one now is 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. This is the one that you can make smaller, because it is only the one little pocket to worry about size wise. And then I just took a 3/4 inch punch to make the hole at the top, and then put a grommet through it, and then use this baker twine just to finish off and make a little bit of decoration. On the bottom I've used the ARTYMAZE date wordage that was on this, like on this particular one, but it was the flower and butterfly that I took the smaller pieces from. And then just the smallest piece of acetate to cover the aperture, so 2 inches by 2 and a bit inches is the size of the acetate that you would need for each of the apertures, and that works really, really well. And so what it comes down to then is just rounding corners, inking around the edge, and of course, you know, getting rid of any excess glue or anything like that to make it a really pretty presentation. Then you are left with these little bits on the back, and you know, we don't waste unless we've absolutely got to, so hence why I just stamped the little bird on it with it being a bit of a nature theme. And these are the little ovals that came out of the smaller ones. And again, you have options of use here. You could put a stamp on it, put some glossy accents over it and use it for a little token area on another page, or you know, just punch a hole through it and use it as a little gift tag. It would be entirely up to you how you utilised the offcuts. If you, I just feel these smaller ones are too small to add that addition to that I've put on the 2 and 3 spot. I just think it would, that would be lost on the back of the smaller specimen card. So I wanted to share that with you in the hope that anyone out there that has thought they might like to do the specimen cards but either found them a little bit too fussy to do, or if they were concerned about all the cutting and so on that would be involved, and I just hope that makes things a little bit easier for you, and that you perhaps get down to doing something that you've wanted to do for some time, or even use it, like I say, on the Christmas card. I mean, if you just backed this size and then used it as a card and lined the inside and put little Christmas treasures in each of the apertures, that would make a stunning, stunning card. So it's just food for thought, really. I hope, as I say, that I've inspired and you know, just shared something else with you that might strike up a little bit of the imagination and get you working again if you're in a bit of a slump. So thank you for sharing with me. Take care. Bye bye for now, and happy crafting.